Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also, welcome if you are new. Today we are tackling our to-do list. I have talked about how with moving into this house, there's a lot of deep cleaning projects that I haven't been able to get done, that I've needed to get done. And I have decided that I have made a list and I'm going to slowly start tackling everything on that deep cleaning list to get this house in order. So starting first with a bunch of laundry, because this was the day I was trying to get all the laundry done. So I'm going to start there first, but we have a ton of deep cleaning motivation to come. So make sure you stay tuned. Also, a big thanks to Roborock for sponsoring today's video. So I often get questions about how I keep up with things. And honestly, it's just consistency, because I know if I don't keep up with it, it'll get out of hand. I'll get overwhelmed, and then it just goes all downhill from there. So I always talk about things that make cleaning easier. One of those being my robot vacuum. Another one of those being the vacuum mop that I have. Those are all things that make things easier for me. But having a routine is big as well. And not everyone's routine works for everybody. I know so many people that said, Cambriea, do one load of day of laundry. Like, that's going to make your life so much easier. Stay on top of things. And I tried it, and it gave me so much anxiety. I was so overwhelmed that I could not keep up with it. So as much as doing the laundry all in one day may seem overwhelming to you, for others it may not be. For me, this is the best way for me to do it, is all laundry in one day, and the rest of the week I don't even worry about it. Now, on this day, the kids were at school, so often when I do the laundry, I will have the boys put their own clothes away. But I decided on this day, I kind of wanted to go through and make sure everything was properly organized, fix things that may have been out of order. I want to do that without the kids around. So I decided that I would do this while they were at school. That way I could make sure it was done the way I wanted it to. Sometimes that just needs to be done. I let them handle their laundry most of the time, but inevitably it sometimes just goes awry and needs mom to come in and reorganize and re-put things back where they're supposed to be.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I did start up my Helping Hand series. I'm calling it Hoarders Revamped Helping Hand series because this is a spin off of my original Hoarders series. The biggest thing is, though, I'm helping everybody. I'm not just looking for the insanely crazy that needs help, but purely people that just need help. So currently the house I'm working on is a family friend whose dad passed, and she's just way too overwhelmed to be able to get her dad's house in order like it needs to be. So I'm taking that off her plate. But also I'm going to be working with people that may be elderly and can't keep up with their house anymore and just need someone to come in and give it a fresh start. Parents that may be overwhelmed, because toddler stage is hard and it's easy to get overwhelmed by being a parent and clutter and all of those things, or possibly people that are disabled and not able to do it, especially disabled. That has a big thing to my heart, because obviously Bobby's a disabled veteran, and any way I can help people in need is kind of what I'm looking for. So if you guys have not seen those videos, definitely go check them out. I just started this up. I don't know how often I will be posting. My goal is to post a video every single week, but it will kind of depend on how quickly I can find people that need the help. All right, now I'm just picking everything up because I knew I wanted to have my Roborock go in and vacuum the bedroom. That way I could just work on other stuff and not worry about it. You guys know I absolutely love my Roborock vacuum. This is a vacuum and mop. The mop is a sonic vibration that will vibrate and scrub the hardest of dirt off your floors. 3,000 times a minute is the pulsation on it. But what I really like is it does have the auto carpet sensor. So you're going to see here when it's on the hard floors, the mop is down. But when it senses the carpet, the mop goes back into place. That way you're not doing like, oh, just a mopping time or just the hard floors. You can let it do all of it, and it's going to sense that for you. Here you can see it going back down because it sensed that it was on hard floors. It also has the auto empty, which makes my life so much easier with the dog hair. Now, my bags fill up pretty quickly, but still, I only change them about once a month. And then the water cartridge is really big. For it to do our entire house, I only need to fill this once every 2 mops. So that is pretty good. It's got this rubber roller that is a floating roller, so that no matter the surface, if it's an uneven surface, this roller goes up and down. I feel this is key for how well it cleans the floors. And then the wheels do the same thing. They will go up and down, and then it has this side brush to sense everything. By far one of my favorite cleaning tools, and makes cleaning as a busy mom so much easier. So big thanks once again to Roborock for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to be showing this a lot more in today's video. Plus, you guys have seen this a ton in all my other videos, but I did want to kind of touch base a little bit more in depth about this. Roborock now is having a huge sale for December. I believe the Roborock is 28% off, which is huge. And then the Roborock Dyad, which is my mopping vacuum, which you're going to see here in a little bit, is 30% off. So check out my link in the description below. I will have all of this listed down there. If you have been thinking about this, now is the time to do it. With Christmas coming up, make it an early Christmas gift for yourself. I guarantee you won't regret this.
Working hard, we want you to return his love. Now he's beating diamonds on you, but that ain't enough to turn the page. He's kneeling, wants to feel known, but he's not the one.
I know I talk about this all the time, but you guys, you have no idea how much I love cleaning my kitchen since having the kitchen done. Like, it is so enjoyable to clean. I know this won't last forever, but you guys know how hard we worked on this house the past couple of months, especially to have it done before the holidays. And it definitely makes me really happy to clean this kitchen. And that sounds so silly, but one thing I have not cleaned in a bit were these light fixtures that we put up. And I noticed the other day that they had gotten really dusty, so I wanted to go in and give those a really good cleaning. It's easy to miss stuff like that, especially when you're short like I am. It's really easy to miss things that aren't at eye level, so I highly recommend like once a month making a list of things that you don't think about, things that you may not notice on a regular basis, and just tackle those things because they're so easy to forget, and this is a good way to do it. Like I said, that's kind of what I'm doing in this video today, is things that I've been like, oh, I should tackle that, and then I forget because there's a million other things to do that are daily tasks that it's so easy to forget these other side things that have to be done as well. So making a list of things that you notice, and then one day just deciding, okay, I'm only going to tackle this list and get as much off this done as possible.
Yeah, yeah, I should have known.
Now, moving on to my floors. This is the Roborock Dyad. You guys have seen me use a good amount of these different mop vacuums. This one is one of my favorites, and the biggest thing being is out of all of them, this one does the best when it comes to edge-to-edge cleaning. It doesn't just have one roller. It actually has 3. It has one long one and then 2 shorter ones that spin in opposite directions to really, really help clean the floors. And then it does have a loading dock that also auto cleans your rollers. Once again, by far one of my absolutely favorite cleaning tools. It's one of those things that you don't think you need until you have it, and then you can't imagine living without it. Makes life a lot easier, especially if for any reason you have a hard time mopping your floors. Making it where it's just one step instead of multiple steps is always a lot easier. And I don't know about you, but my kitchen needs to be cleaned daily. Like, with the kids eating at the counter and everything, it has to be done all the time. Like I said, though, check out my link. It's in the description below. They have huge sale going on for December. But now moving into where the garbage sits. This is another area that I notice almost daily, and I tell myself, I need to get to that. Constantly kept telling myself. I finally added it to my list of areas that need to be cleaned. That way I could just, once again, go down my list and get it done. You don't realize how bad this gets until you take the garbages out and it like smacks you in the face. So I'm really glad I was able to get to this. I'm going to definitely have to do it more often. It's getting easier to keep up with these deep cleaning projects, though, the more we get done with the house. So I'm very grateful to that because I'll be honest, seeing that myself, knowing that I am someone that tries to stay on top of it is very embarrassing and like, why and how did I let it get that bad? But moving on to the outside, I don't show the outside of our house that often. You can see we got our new fence in, but I needed to clean these cushions outside. If you guys remember when we first moved into this house, this was the first furniture we had. I made sure to get outside patio furniture because 1, I knew we'd need it anyway, and 2, I knew I could put it in the house while we were tearing down walls and everything and at least have somewhere to sit. But that means the kids were eating on this furniture. There was everything going on with these cushions, and every day when I went outside and saw them, I'm like, oh, I really need to tear these apart and clean them, and just wasn't getting to it. So once again, on the list, things to get done. Very grateful it's done, and you are going to be in shock at how good they look when they are clean. I also highly recommend when you are looking at outdoor furniture especially, make sure they have the zippers. Not all of them had zippers. My footstools ones did not. So those I had to do more manually, but these ones being able to just zip off, so easy. They cleaned up so well. Definitely well worth it.
I'll not be the one who pretend, acting like everything's sane. I never asked you to stay, but you're staying. You're giving it all for the fame. Your vanity, you have no shame. None of it makes any sense. Can you feel?
Now, to wash them, I'm not really doing anything super like special with them. I'm just using my normal laundry detergent as well as some vinegar. I figured that'll help break down anything on it. Plus, vinegar, if you don't know, can be used as a fabric softener, and it doesn't leave the residue that traditional fabric softener does. So if you guys ever wonder why I buy so much vinegar, it is because it is able to be used on so many different things. But then I'm just going in and washing down the outside of the furniture. It wasn't that bad, but I knew giving it a good scrubbing. We are not far from the ocean at all, so the air here is very, very salty. So this was able to get any salt residue off the furniture as well as dust buildup. And I'm just using really, really hot water and Dawn dish soap. Nothing too fancy, just a dollar store scrubby, some Dawn dish soap, and hot water.
Now this is the price that we pay, fixing the problems we made. None of it makes any sense. Can you feel it? I don't wanna hear all your table talk. Let me see the one who you really are. I know it's so.
And yes, I am using the exact same solution on these footstools. It worked really, really well to get it all clean. And you're going to see later, once I rinse everything down, because I do rinse it all off, I just throw these in the sun. Sun is one of your best natural stain removers. Like if you have a really, really bad stain and you have washed it, you have tried out so many things, wash it and then go let it lay out in the sun. It works miracles on so many stains to lighten or completely take out. So for these, I scrubbed them down and then I just went and laid them on the other side of the pool where the sun was, and they were dry within about an hour and made it really, really easy.
Just a bit is enough when we're fading. What are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing? We are lost for the cause in our unspecific state. It's the logic of things that I never could explain. Fill the blanks in our diary sheets when I'm missing a single.
All right, I know I asked this in a couple videos ago, but I'm going to ask it again. It's been a week or so since I asked last. Are you done Christmas shopping? This is kind of my reminder to you that Christmas is coming up so quickly, and it's so easy to forget. I just got done with all of our Christmas shopping. It feels so good. This year obviously is a little bit weirder because of all the out-of-state family, but I am also very excited because there's gifts for family that do live down here that we normally wouldn't have gotten, but since we are here, we got it for them. I'm not going to give anything away because said family likes to watch my videos, so I'm not going to be telling you. But this year's Christmas shopping was definitely a little bit different because we did a lot of Amazon shopping and not a lot of in-store shopping, because it's so much easier just having it sent, wrapped, all the things via Amazon. So I made sure all of our nieces and nephews are shopped for, parents are shopped for. We don't do on our side sibling gifts because honestly, my brothers and sisters and I just honestly don't see a point. We're all at an age where we need something or want something, we buy it for ourselves. So we're kind of just doing the gift giving as just because instead of just an actual need. So, but on Bobby's side, we do a gift exchange. So we don't shop for everybody, but we draw names from a hat and we each buy for one of the siblings or spouses. And that's always really, really fun. But yeah, super excited. I am done Christmas shopping, and I am curious if you guys are all done. Have you been done for a while? Am I reminding you that you still have Christmas shopping to do and getting your butt moving because Christmas is so close. Like, we're literally coming down to just a few weeks and Christmas will be here.
Just let it go, but honey, we have to be together here in the stormy weather. So why do we hold on, stuck in the stormy weather?
And then just like I said, quickly spraying this down. I wanted to get all the soap residue off. I knew this would dry fairly quickly, so I was not really concerned about having the cushions get soaked. It is December, and we are still dealing with low to mid 70s, which is amazing. The kids went swimming today. Now, mind you, it's been getting chillier at night, and the pool isn't like freezing, but it's definitely not warm enough that I would be swimming in it. But you guys know how kids are. Like, kids don't care. They will swim in almost anything as long as it is warm outside to any point. But I was just teasing the kids the other day. I'm like, do you realize it is December? It's almost Christmas, and you're in the pool right now. But now just quickly turning on. This is our robot vacuum for our pool. Once again, another robot that I absolutely love because I just throw it in here. It runs for about 30 minutes and gets everything off the bottom of the pool, which is super, super nice. I thought with these dining room chairs that I had gotten cushions with zippers, and sadly I did not. So I was looking at them all, trying to see if they all needed to get cleaned or just a couple of them. Quickly realized it was all of them. So I decided, since they didn't have zippers, I was just going to put them in the bathtub and use my same recipe for fabric stripping on these cushions. So just Tide, borax, and baking soda and let them soak for a couple of hours. And then I throw them in the washing machine after they're done soaking. Just on a regular wash cycle. I don't add any more soap because there's enough soap in the cushions, and they came out so clean. I thought I did a before shot and I must not have hit record, unfortunately. So I had to wait on that. But now moving on to the sliding glass doors. Once again, another thing that I've been putting off. And it's not just the track. Like, it is the whole surround of these sliding doors were so dirty that I needed to go in and do all of it. But I'm very happy I did because it turned out so good when I was done.
Made up my mind just to see it through. There's nobody else here waiting. Just tell me how to get through to you. 'Cause I just wanna get closer. Started out here, way beyond the tracks. The story of us.
Also, if you can hear any weird noises in the background, don't mind it. Bobby is actually currently outside putting in a doggy door in the pool area. Now that we have the new fence, it's a lot nicer because the dogs don't have to go on leashes to go to the bathroom. We can just let them outside. But he wanted to put from the pool area to the grass a little doggy door. That way, all we had to do is let them into the pool area, and they could go in and out as they please. Or if we're outside hanging out in the pool area, they can just go in and out as they please. So if you're curious what that noise is in the background, like I said, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but if you can, that's him. He is cutting through metal, so it is not quiet. Oh, and quick side note, to vacuum this up, I am using our shop vac. Please do not vacuum up liquid with your regular vacuum. I specifically brought in the shop vacuum knowing that this would be a big job to vacuum up the baking soda and vinegar. But then I am going in with my power paste to clean all the side grooves and tracking and metal. This power paste works so good on this stuff. Highly recommend if you haven't tried power paste, give it a try. I haven't decided if I like it more than the pink stuff or not. I do like the thickness of it. I think that is one thing that I do really enjoy, is how thick of a product it is. And I feel like a little bit goes a really long way.
There's a new part of me, a part I want you to see. You haven't seen the best of me, I know. can try it for yourself, like you love somebody else. But you and him will never feel the way we do.
So that little rectangular thing that you see me trying to scrape off, if you're wondering what that is, I have no idea. But I do know lemon essential oils or any citrus essential oils works really well with stickers, or it's kind of like a Gooby Gone when you use citrus essential oils. So I just quickly threw that on there and then went over it again with the power paste after letting the oils. See, this is what you don't see in Power of Editing. I let that oil sit on there for about 5 minutes before I went back with the power paste, and it scrubbed off super, super easy. So some things when it comes to cleaning, all is the power of patience. Like sometimes you need to just put the product on and walk away for 5-10 minutes, and your life's going to be so much easier. And I feel like often in these videos, you don't see that because I'm not going to show you me sitting on the couch for 5 minutes to let it sit before I go back. But you will notice that with a lot of different things. If you have, let's say, burnt on stuff on your stove, you'll see often that I scrub my stove and then I'll go to something else in the kitchen and then go back to it. And the reason I do that is it's giving that product time to work. So if you're ever noticing that a product isn't working for you because it's not, or you're using just like you saw it on a YouTube video, one thing I want you to keep in mind is we often edit out that wait time in between uses. Like I said, there's a lot of times that I will put something on, let it sit there for a couple minutes and come back. So, power of patience. We all need to work on our patience sometimes. So I will say I was hoping to get this door done and the other sliding glass door going to the pool area. I was exhausted though after doing this screen door. Like this door took, I don't even know how long. It probably took me close to 30 minutes to an hour to get it like completely done. All the metal, all the everything. It was exhausting, and I just did not want to do the other door. So I still have it on my list that I have to do the other door as well, but I was happy to at least have this. Also, who can see Little Miss's handprints right next to me on the window? This is why my windows are never completely cleaned. However, I did just buy this cool little window cleaner thing that I'm really hoping works. I'm going to give it a try. And if I like it, of course, I'll share it with you guys, but I'm super excited. That should be coming this weekend. So hopefully, cross my fingers, I get it and I like it because I'm really excited to use it and share it with you guys. Back into the laundry room. Can't forget to switch over the laundry, especially when you're doing all of this, trying to keep up with getting everything cleaned and washed. I had to really clean out that lint trap. I don't know if I forgot to the time before or if Drake's bed was just that crazy dirty, but I definitely had to clean that out. It probably was just Drake's bed because he sheds like crazy. But once I was done with that, turning the robot vacuum on once again to do the dining room. This is always really nice because it gets under all the chairs really well. And once again, I just don't have to worry about it. It went in, it vacuumed, it mopped, and I was able to set up dinner and do other stuff that I still had to get done because I can't just clean all day. I still have 3 kids, a husband, 2 dogs. Oh, I love that you just saw LaFreya's little feet go like Speedy Gonzalez across the camera. But after a couple hours, these cushions were finally done. So I just went outside to put them all back together. Freya really, really wanted to help. So you're going to see here in a second that I let her bring over all the cushions to me because she kept trying. And the easiest thing for her to do was bring me all the cushions. And she loved it. She loves being Mama's little helper. And I love letting her help. I think it's a really good thing to teach them young also because then they hopefully complain less as they get older.
I am madly drawn to you. I know you feel the same. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly opposite.
So these cushions were not that hard to get back into the little covers. However, I did see a trick. If you ever have a hard time getting your cushions back into the covers, where people put them in a black garbage bag, sealed it up with a vacuum cleaner, and basically like vacuum sealed the cushion, and then put it in, and then let it out so it fluffed back up, and it looked so much easier. I was going to try that if these were a pain for me, but it wasn't a big deal, but a little trick. I saw that on TikTok, and I kind of wanted to try it, but like I said, I ended up not needing to try it. It ended up going on pretty easy for me.
We're perfectly opposite. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating.
So are these 100% perfect? No. Also, this is the before, not the after, to scare you. Are these 100% perfect? No, but my goodness, they are way better than what they were because they were horrendous before.
I'm walking in an empty town. I'm walking where we first sat down.
So this water actually wasn't that bad, but these cushions also weren't the worst in the world. I have done this with other things before, and the water was really, really gross. Oh, also, because people a lot of times ask how I deep clean my cleaning cloths, this exact same recipe. Tide, borax, and baking soda, and let it soak in really hot water for a couple hours and then throw it in the washing machine. Best way to clean your cleaning cloths, your mop heads, any of those things that get really, really dirty, they're amazing for. If your significant other or yourself are real big into working out and stuff and you get those really sweaty clothes, your husband has those pit stains in his shirts, this works really well for that as well. But now moving into the family room, the ceiling fan desperately needed to be cleaned. The ceiling fan is on pretty much all the time, so I often don't realize how dirty it gets till I happen to turn it off and I'm completely disgusted. And that was today, so I just wanted to go in and give it a quick wipe down, as well as getting these windows cleaned. I haven't cleaned these windows, and Bobby wanted to put up some more Christmas lights. Yes, more Christmas lights. And I needed to clean the windows before he put those up.
Our love will set us free. Our love will set us free, yeah. Our love will set us free. You know our love will set us free, yeah. Our love will set us free.
So to clean these windows, I was actually all out of my World Best Window Cleaner, the spray away. So I was just using my Thieves Cleaner. I had people recommend for the longest time for me to use my Thieves Cleaner on my windows. and they were right. It works so well. I still love my spray away. I feel like it just really clings to any dirt and grime, which for me, with the dogs and the kids, there's a lot of that. Like, if the dogs are looking out the windows and they're like licking the windows, they get really, really gross. But the Thieves Cleaner worked really well, and it was streak free. So I was very happy with that. But putting all the cushions back on, this was the end of it for me. I was finally able to just say I am done for the day, and I was very, very happy about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment, share it with a friend. All of those things really help out my channel. So if you guys feel so inclined, I would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you're new here, I would love if you would like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And don't forget to check out my links in the description below if you guys are interested in checking out Roborock for yourself. If you guys have been with my channel for any length of time, you guys know how much I love my Roborock stuff, so you're not going to regret it. And you deserve